Hey, Bunny,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm all right. Good, good.
Good. All right. It's first I must start off by saying like it's a real pleasure to finally speak with you. I know we've been trying to get in contact for a while. I know if you've been busy. But so it's still thank you for actually taking the time out and speaking with us.
Of course, first if beginning part
Yeah.
did busy, so that's why I never really get a chance with
Yeah.
stuff on.
Num- Yeah, man, I can imagine because you're moving in the process of moving to Manchester City and all of that. How was that process like for you though? I know it was like a bit, hectic.
It wasn't as bad to be honest. To be honest, because we have some family members here, so they
Right.
definitely help that journey and that process. So it was all right.
That's your father's side, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And you never really get a chance to connect with them before moving to city. So no, you kind of, I was that, because I saw that
Yeah,
in an
pretty
interview
much. So
somewhere.
basically, so basically, my father's side of family live in Manchester. They born and grow here. So
Right.
it was a case where we did come here when we did younger, but we never come to Manchester. We did in Oxford,
Yeah.
London. So we
Right.
did connect with them, but we did young, so we never really familiar with
Yeah.
them like that. So we used to always like video call them and talk to them on the phone. So I when we come over here now,
Mm.
we start link up and it's been good.
No, but Bonnie, I expect to hear the English accent. You have the English accent yet.
No, we never change really in English accent.
All right. So let's get into it. Recently though, I don't know where you find that farm, but you've been back to greatness, 6 goals in 5 appearances. Like, what's behind all of that? How pleased are you with that recent form that you've had?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good, you know.
Mm.
And every environment you go in or every team to take time to adjust, and especially with Man City, them have a style of play where anybody can play that way. So
Yeah,
coming to that team there where the style of play is so specific, basically them try to mimic the men. And the men play very
right.
specific. So it's
Yeah,
gonna take time to understand all of the movement them and the whole process. So it took some time because every training or every week or something new. Plus we did a
mm,
battle with a lot of injuries. So basically the players where them could have played that position they specific, they got hurt. So them just throw the new player them in at this now where
yeah,
we're like, what to do. So I mean
yeah.
obviously eventually, we get into it and yeah, so once you understand, sit the ground running. So yeah.
And a certain Raheem Sterling was involved in the process of getting you there because I understood that he had some other offers as well, but like him kind of get it over the
Why
line.
everybody listen?
Man,
Why everybody
you said it,
always huh?
I heard, well, I saw it in an interview. I think it was you were quoted by saying that.
No, so everybody so people get it wrong, right?
Right.
So Sterling didn't play a major role in
Mm.
me coming here, but the fact that he was here, I was like, all right, But everybody always say, "Oh,
Makes
Ryan,
sense.
get your Manchester," and I'm just like, "No, he didn't."
Naturally, yeah, because you have the Jamaica, well, he plays for England, but in born at Jamaica, Marvel, and everybody look up to him at Jamaica. And our own women's football star go to Manchester, so automatically them things say town did have some talk, but
Yeah, we definitely
yeah,
understand. Yeah, we definitely because
yeah,
apparently, like, so when City scout me and stuff, they never really know
mm,
much of influence Ryan Sterling did have in Jamaica. So
mm,
I when them have the conversation with me and we talk about it and stuff like that, and it just come up. So when it just
right,
come up now, me I say no, say me I tell them everything and all of that, and then it just
right.
happened that it just work out, and then me and him have a quick chat and everything just goes smooth.
Okay. So I I know you probably can't say who else you could have gone to, but like, what was your final decision then? Why choose City?
All right, so growing up, everybody watch English Premier League, right?
Mm,
And
right.
for me, it's an exciting league, and when I was in France, I always used to watch the English league, and every year it had developed, and world-class players from all over the world want to go to that league. So more than likely, it will automatically be attractive. So it was a process of go to England and about which team want to go. So that was it, and then I did well my last year, my Bordeaux, and then teams just start come and it start get overwhelming, So I mean, when you pick personal goals, eventually you're gonna just knock off some of the other clubs then with your personal goal and what you really want to achieve with the football. So it did come down to like 3, 4, I would say. And then Raheem Sterling. But it wasn't a case where no. So let me explain because a lot of people don't understand. So growing up, I always watch him, right? Obviously because my Jamaican and everything, right? So I'm just like, all right, Raheem Sterling the this one, then pick and you choose and you say, but who knows? Me not gonna put all of my thought to say, all right, because Raheem Sterling, me I gonna go there and then him leave. So it was more so of how I want to play and how I want to develop and the things that mom didn't want to achieve. And then when we watch how the girl and play, like I said, we try to mimic the men. It was good and it was like entertaining football, and that's what I enjoy and that's what I love. And then compared to the other teams, it wasn't the same and to what I see and I like. So basically that's how City come about, and never regret that.
But you say you did well. You downplay your performance in France. You never do well. You're great. And I found, so your first 2 appearances for Bordeaux, you scored 4 goals. Were you that good, or was the competition just not at a certain level?
So remember, when I went to Bordeaux, I was coming from the World Cup. So it was a case of I was already in tune then, going into the league.
So it's a matter of form then.
Yeah, and it's like Bordeaux and City is 2 different teams because City is a specific style of play where, and like me saying, anybody can fit in the system because it's a club system where from the younger age come all the way up to the first team. While they have Bordeaux now, it's where it's like my coach and mid Spanish, but with the France and tiki-taka and stuff like that. So it was like a free-flowing thing where you can just, while here it's completely different. So, but yeah, going to Bordeaux, I always said that was a stepping stone, to where I wanted to be. So I just enjoyed the moment and it paid off.
Yeah, and I think in the first season you got like 10 goals in 15 appearances. Like, how was it adjusting? Because you had just finished college in Tennessee and you went to France. I think you played a little bit of a semi-pro between that time. But how was it adjusting between America and France?
France is an experience. Like, when people ask me that, I always say France is an experience to itself. Like, there's so many things where you have to pull yourself through when it comes to that. The language, the culture, the food.
You had to learn French?
Huh?
You had to learn French?
I tried, I tried. So, so basically, like, in France, we had a teacher, but obviously COVID come and then money, and so they end up cut it. But it reached to a point where when my teammates talk to me, I completely understand them. But me can't. Some of the word them I can't say.
You can't say, right?
Football field. But it was a big adjustment. But like I said, I'm one for cultures, and that's a good thing with football. Though it helped me to travel around the world so I can see, the different cultures. So yeah.
Right. Compared to France and football, which culture? Let's talk about culture. Which one do you more feel comfortable with?
Here, of course.
France and England, sir.
Yeah, because 1, you get around easier with the language. 2, the food better.
There are more Jamaican restaurants in England as well.
3, I'm a family. 4, I'm a family there here, so.
Yeah.
there's a lot of tick where you can tick the box. So
Yeah. Okay. So going back to City now, you're in your first final for your first season, your first final. You're going up against Drew Spence, fellow reggae girl in the League Cup final. How does that feel like just going having an opportunity to win a trophy in your first season?
yeah, I mean that's one of the objectives. You know, you want to win trophies, you want, you know, compete, you want to be in our finals. You know, those are the stuff where footballer want to be. If you're not dreaming for being a final or win a cup or, you know, try to improve, then it makes sense to play football. So the fact that, you know, it happens so soon, it's good, and hopefully, you know, when March 5th come at the end of the night, we can be the one, you know, for lift that trophy. Chelsea got the better of us the other day, so hopefully we can, you know, correct our mistakes. Go through.
Yeah. And all the best when that comes. But like you mentioned targets. Before moving to City, like what were some of the targets you set for yourself? Say, oh, you have to achieve this in your first season or throughout your time in England.
For me, I don't, like I said, for me, like I wouldn't say, oh, I have to achieve this my first year, because like I said, coming here, speaking with the coaching staff, I knew it was a system, and if anybody know about football and system, that not, you know, just wake up and just play one system. That take time and that take big adjustments and stuff like that. So that wasn't a case where I said first year me, you know, me I gotta sit here and me go kill it. You know, that wasn't the thing. The first year was to get accustomed to the environment, build the chemistry with my teammates, you know, hopefully, you know, we do so well that at the end of the season or towards the end of the season, we in our finals and compete for trophies. So that was basically my first year.
How was that adjusting though? Because I know you caught COVID. You know, there was lockdowns and everything, and you know, you had to gain back your fitness. But like, so how was that difficult for you the first couple months?
It did. Yeah. Well, when I had COVID, it did rough. And then coming back, the first 2 games was very difficult. I was struggling, like my chest feel like it was closing upon me. Because remember the coach said, I remember I come out the Thursday or the Wednesday. The Thursday, I'm coach saying I'll give me a run Sunday. So me I say, Sunday, alright. So me I'm excited now. I say, alright.
Soon.
I say, alright, coach. Too much minutes you give me. He said, alright, we'll be a span. So like here when you come out of COVID, they have to go through like protocols, back to training, then back to football. So I'm saying, with the game being so close, the maximum amount we can get is 20 minutes. So I say, alright, you can live with that.
So
yo, you see, first 5. That's something to talk about. We make one run. Because I think, we make one run and we make one run and recover. Me, I said, no, so someone look by the bench now. I mercy, God make me not tell them, say. I'm saying, no, what? They go pull through, and then somebody did get hurt, and we did go over on the side, and they did tell the doctor, and the doctor said, well, that's something where you have to just push through, and, you know, hopefully you can recover sooner. So, all right, play that game, and then that's all right. Like, oh, you know, it's been days, I'll be all right. Next game comes, struggle again. Me, I said, no, man. So I whole season, me, I got feel so. And then it's all right, play that game, they struggle a little bit, and then, you know, as training progress and the days go by, you get better and better and better and better. So, like I said, I was just fortunate enough for, scoring goals and helping the team.
How it seems that you have a good chemistry with the teammates as well. Like how you manage to build that so fast.
Well, you know, it's a good group of girls. They're welcoming. Ever since I came in, obviously, when preseason started, we didn't have a big group because most of the girls did the Olympics. So we had like 7 of us there, and you know, we just go and build a vibe because there's not more we can do. So you know, they were always welcoming, always encouraging, and yeah, good chemistry and good group of girls.
Right. I wanted to take you back to, because there's something that I want you to understand, and I want the people who are watching this to see how confident you are. So I want to take you back to when you're in college, and you decided not to go into the draft because you wanted to pursue opportunities in Europe? Like, was it you that made a decision, or were you speaking to like with the agents or persons around you?
So, you know, like when you make decisions, you do your research, right? And in terms of research, you watch football games in my point of view. And I think the NWSL in America, it's more of a physical and kick and run and fight and battle, and they don't solely take time to develop the players in the college and just throw them in and just boom. And for me, I always had the physicality and all that for the league, but for me, I wanted to improve technically and tactically. And I know in order for me to do that, I had to go to Europe. Where in Europe, me never business, but me just want to go Europe. And I remember when it was a spring break was coming up, and my agent reached out to me and said, "Boy, don't want me come on one trial." Me, I said, "My spring break, me not gonna take my spring." Because bear in mind, you know, after that was the little break we get, because you know, after I graduate, the World Cup I come, so me I got in a camp, and me I said, "My spring break, take my spring break and go try out." Me not depend that if boy don't really want me, you know, if they really want me. So. Anyways, now never got, and then they play Washington Spirit at the time, and then they win 3-1, I think. And you know, I watched that game, and you could see the big difference. So for me, it was all about getting better tactically and technically, and that's what Europe is about, also. So yeah. But a lot of people have questioned it in the beginning. Oh, why is she never going at the draft? But you know, when you want goals and you want to reach certain places, you have to do what is required, and that's what I did.
Yeah, it's a big risk. I mean, if you believe in yourself that highly, then you take the opportunity.
Yeah.
And see it worked out perfectly for you.
Of course.
So like, do you find that a lot of Jamaica, and I know a lot more about the men, like in schoolboy football that go to college, but do you find a lot of young women from Jamaica going into college in the United States and participating in the collegiate league?
Yeah, so all right, for example, let's be realistic now. Right? There's no Premier League football for female in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's even worse now, because in my time, my mother was like, when I tell my mother, say me want to play professional football, my mother said, "You mad man."
Yeah.
You must have a look how I help come take care of me, man. You say, "All right, mommy, don't worry yourself, you know? One day you will see, one day
So
you
what did she say now? What did she say now?
She always laugh and hide her face, man. She always laugh and hide her face. But, you know, as a parent, that especially now, I can't blame parents for saying no to, you know, young girls that say they want to go pro, because in Jamaica, there's no opportunity. There's no league for coaches come down, come look for you. I don't even know if the high school female football are going now. So it's more difficult now. So if you have a link or something for somebody say, "Boy, you know, say me know a girl around there so she can play ball, you know, what you think?" If you don't have that, you stay a Jamaican, your dream just go further and further down in the ground. So when I get the opportunity, of course, and then that is another opportunity like me, where you actually are playing at college and other coaches and clubs from all over the world actually watch and, you know, scout as well. So, and you get an education, so it was good. But it's poor that there's nothing in Jamaica right now for this.
I agree. I agree. But you know, for you, there was no opportunity, not much opportunity for women in Jamaica for football. So what was it about the sport so much that you decided to go against your mother advice and our arguments? I say, you have to do this.
All right. So take your back to childhood, right? Damn it, Crescent, Angels, run a one part, right? You know, when you're up on the street and you just see people just kick ball. At that point, I was in England and then I came back, right? And mother said, "Play what kind of football, what kind of boy, you're the only girl out there." No. Cool. But me used to sit down on the side. You know, I watch street football and Yeah, I said people are make a bag of noise, and at that point, me just come back. Me don't know, just come back from England, right? So down on the side and me say, man, I make noise over this one, fall and go, a lot of people get excited and stuff. And me I say, but wait, me seem exciting, man. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it seem
man.
like,
Yeah.
you know, and the problem was is for me if I got there. So we'd have to wait till my mother gone, a market or gone, a Spanish town or somewhere. Me take a run and me have to run go in go bed and sit down back like nothing happened and stuff like that. So one day me get excited and get carried away and she can catch me in a trouble.
Stay too long.
Trouble. Yeah, but it was
so
just
what the man them did say?
lower man, lower. She go on, we have to take care of her, man, we have to take care of her. But you know, as a mother, me alone the girl, my mother never really business.
Right.
You know, so yeah, but I was just how excited the sport was and stuff like that. Me I said, boy, this me enjoy, you know, and even watching it, it's fun, you know, and if you see people get around just for watch street football, can you imagine a World Cup or, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So I think that was basically what it was. The excitement and the joy it made me feel.
About what age was that though?
That was like 9.
9.
Yeah.
And at 14 you made you played for Jamaica and that was when you were spotted by scouts, was it?
That one next drama.
Yeah. Tell me about
Vin Blaine at the time called
yeah.
my mother, tell my mother, said, you know, why she come in at the national team? My mother say you're mad.
So Vin Blaine is the one responsible for you going into national team now.
So I don't want to say that, and I want to say that because it was a matter of exposure.
Right.
If that makes sense. So I think
no, I understand.
Yeah. So I don't want to say that, but I want to say that. So my mother say you must be mad, man. My one girl after me tell her so she not be nice street. Me feel left make strange drag her away. No, that not and then my father know. My father push it now. My father said, lower man, make sure you get experience life. You just have her. And then, you know, people the neighbor them start talking to my mother and stuff like that, and my mother let me loose. I'm just bustle like a baby kite and never come back. So yeah.
The raw talent was there and it was visible and that's when them spotted and decided to.
But at that point I was never thinking about pro. It wasn't until going to the US. Cause you know, so that's me kick 2 ball and think as senior team never done one with nothing. I mean, as my mother say, well, I'm gonna get a 9 to 5 and help me out. So me I said, me kick 2 ball and enjoy it while it lasts and go then I could carry an island and laugh with my friend them. So it wasn't until me leave now and stuff like that. I said, but wait, this can take me far, man. So that's what basically happened.
Yeah, you start to see the vision and today I think you're already writing in the history books. 42 goals, 30 games, leading goal scorer for Jamaica, both men and women. How you feel about that?
Actually, I didn't know that when at the time when I heard it announced, I didn't know. You know, because me not really keep me just. I'm so goal focused. I said, okay, in this game, this is what I want to achieve. And then when this game done, whether I played good or whether I played bad, I look back on the game and say, all right, what could I improve to move on? So I think by just focusing on games and how I can get better and what I want to achieve, it just pulled me from, oh, you know, say, that person at the 35 or the 30, I'm never beat that. So it's not until late down after the game, somebody come to me. I hear the announce at the National Stadium and I'm like, is that true? They sure didn't get them facts right.
I made an interview, man, but you don't remember. I made an interview.
Remember, man, but I said I heard it at the announcement. But I was just like, they sure that right? But then turns out, So
So that's a remarkable achievement, but you know, going to the World Cup, I'm sure is next to that as well. But just this, I know you've spoken about this before, but on this platform, how was that like for you personally? You started out with the national team, you realized the national team, it wasn't all that, it's a rebrand, and then you guys actually became the first country from the Caribbean to go to the Women's World Cup. How was that?
That was a crazy experience, especially how the journey to that point was a crazy experience. Like, if I have any of my teammates and pan this can contact, like it was crazy, like going through Haiti and some of the Caribbean islands and the struggle and the preparation and the federation, and it was just a crazy and journey, and the fact that we look past all that and say, you know what, we're gonna block out all of the nonsense and all of the noise, and we can actually make this possible. Who cares when nobody wants it? We can actually see where we can go and how far we can go with this, and the fact that it actually happened. Crazy. Hopefully we can make it back to back.
I believe you guys can. But personally, you said in an interview, I think it was with BBC, that you wanted to pave the way for women's football in Jamaica. Do you think you've achieved that so far, or do you think there's still a lot more work to be done?
There's so much more work to do, and I think personally start with grassroots and not just female. I think just with kids. I think there's not a lot going on with grassroots, and that's where it starts. Like for me, example, I never have that, but everybody won't have my path. So I think just starting with the grassroots and letting them know about the history of football in Jamaica and stuff like that. It's so much. For me, I just try to inspire and show them that it's possible. It's not impossible. You just have to believe and push yourself. But in terms of development in Jamaica, so much more that needs to be done.
Fair enough. Looking forward now, you talk about Vin Blaine. He's now back in charge. But in terms of the coaching role, what are you looking forward to most about the college? Are you still in England, or when are you guys coming to Jamaica?
I've United this weekend before.
Oh yes, that's true. And you're going to go to Jamaica after that. But what are you looking forward to most about working with him and just starting this new campaign?
Yeah, it's been years since Vin had coached me in a youth. It's been years. So it's just about reconnecting and building that relationship again. I'm sure he's had some, experiences as well as I have. So it's just about building that connection again and getting familiar with the new faces that will be in the team, and just try to have that chemistry and that bond. Because if there's no chemistry, I don't think it's possible.
Not going to work.
Yeah.
But it's mostly this. Well, they have a few new additions, but a lot of the persons from the last campaign, a lot of the women from the last campaign are still there. So I guess that's pretty exciting for you as well. I was speaking to Marla, and she's excited.
For sure, because remember, you have to keep a core. You have to have a core. Right. You can't just have bringing that person and bringing that person there. That match one complete 10 or 11 and then one next, but that not bring football nowhere. You have to have a core group of players, and then you bring in one from this or 1-2 from this. You can't, so that's just how I see football. But yeah, the core is there, and we have some very good addition because they're playing in the quality leagues and stuff. So, hopefully with the new faces and stuff like that, we can, make it happen.
On a personal level, what more do you want to achieve with the national team?
Huh? Repeat?
What more would you like to achieve with the national team on a personal level? You're already leading goal scorer, you took us to the World Cup. What other ambitions do you have?
Doing it again and again and again, because the experience that I had at the last World Cup, I really enjoyed it, and it was just an experience more so. Okay, all of my life I dream about Mwanga World Cup. Remember me used to write some notes for my wall and say, yo, this happened, and the fact that it happened, I was just so focused on the experience, and it was a wonderful experience. So the next one I want to qualify and compete and have fun with it. You know what I mean? So I think just continue raising the bar for the Caribbean, to make people know, say, yo, Caribbean countries them can do it too. Business how much millions of people you have in your country. Pass the white line, 11v11, fittest of the fittest shall survive, like them say. So it's just that, and I want to go to Olympics as well. I know it's very difficult, but I still think it's possible. Hopefully with time and good relationship with the federation, and we can, have a good understanding with everything that, we want to achieve, and make sure we both are on the same level. So yeah.
How important is that, having a good relationship with the federation? We know the controversies, but how important is that?
I'm not tired, Keisha. I'm not tired, Buchanan. Allow me. Come bother me now.
What they must say, you had training today.
Yeah.
They must say it. But yeah, I was like, how important is though having a relationship with the federation?
I mean, it's very important because a federation cannot run without players, and the players can't do without the federation.
Yeah.
So I think is very important, and I think to have an open relationship, and I not feel like so try style me, or you know what I mean. It's just because we've been through it in the past, and we don't intend to go back there. So it's just about being open and honest, I think. But yeah, both equally important.
I'm going to take you back to your city career so far. But like, if anybody has any questions, you can drop it in before we end the live. I see some questions already. But I want to read your quote. And I found it very unique. It's a quote that you made, I think, last year about why you chose number 21 for City. And you said, for me, 2021 has been a crazy year with the coronavirus pandemic, but also with how I've managed to develop scoring 21 goals. Having all that success I'm having, I think it's a year for me to remember and always look back on to say this happened in 2021. How can you, first of all, describe just the impact, everything that happened last year, from winning the Golden Boot in France to making that major move in 2021. And I don't know if you've had time to actually see how big that is, but how do you feel about just how that year went for you?
I think, to be honest, that year went fast. That year went by fast because 2020 came in February, March, coronavirus hit, world shutdown. End up, luckily enough, leave France, go home, well part time to reflect, and never really sure if the league will start back. Them say it's gonna start back soon, but well part things is up in the air. So it was just a matter of, okay, what can I do better? Or how can I better myself? How can I improve based on, the season that I've had? I'm saying, all right, this and this and this. Watch back videos and, self-analysis. And, I see where I can definitely improve, and I got, information and, mentor, reach out and stuff like that. I'm saying, all right, you know what? 2021 can't get no worse. What about people are dead? What about people get sick? So me have to just make use of the time, because who knows? What about things that are very unsure. And you don't really know what is what. So you say, you know what? A lot of people now get the opportunity for, they are playing, I get paid at the same time and stuff like that. So it was just a matter of just enjoying the moment, and there's nothing more rewarding like you're enjoying what you're doing. So the fact that I was really enjoying it and stuff like that. The first year I was nervous because they know me I come out of college and I'm professionally and stuff like that.
Naturally.
So I was nervous and stuff. But the second year I'm saying, no, what are things that people are dead around me and all of these things. So just enjoy it. So yeah.
I think that's all.
And then before you know it, towards the end of the season, me I compete for Golden Boot, and me I said, when this before you know it, and then it come down to the last game where I think it was a matter of I was playing the Saturday and the girl I'm the type boy.
It's Marie Anthony.
I played the Friday. So it was even better because actually I could know the score. If it's if she scored 2, me have to score 3. So the fact that I don't remember if she scored or she didn't score, but the Saturday I go into that game knowing that right. Boom. And it was a very long season, like I said, because COVID hit, you have to go in even earlier because you know you're not going to train with the group and stuff like that. So after I scored that goal, my body just shut down. Me, I tell you true. Yeah, come here and say, yeah, my body just shut down. And me, I say, I eat this, man. I'm tired, man. Come on for that feeling.
Feel like them never give the recognition it deserves because he never won the league, the player of the year award. I don't think he did. So you feel like you should have, you know, been in the running for it.
So all right. So this is how I see it, right? I feel like when you go to certain places, right? For example, Bordeaux. I use like Bordeaux. When I arrive in Bordeaux and teammate them start questioning me and them must say, where you come from? I said, Jamaica. They said, Jamaica play football.
They
That's
didn't
what
know
me
that
know
was there.
say.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what me know say a war. When
Yeah.
them said Jamaica football, like, and then like they want to ask me, oh, you left. Look how far Jamaica they reach us. So
Right.
I mean, just I look at them about me and laugh, but in my mind me I say, I eat this, you know? I eat this. So throughout the whole process, them always run certain joke and you know, and I'm just like, I can't play ball just as you, no matter where me come from or how far me travel. Me there here and it's a reason why me there here. So that's just how it's always been for me, where no matter where me go, it's always like, oh, me come from Jamaica. Oh, Bob Marley, I'm just like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I've always had that challenge. I mean, I think it's about change right now, like I said. And to be fair, when you look at history, if you have a player who come from Brazil, all if you play not good, all if the player not good, they're going to say, yo, I'm bad Brazilian coming outside.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And until I see her, you're going to say, what is? You know, but if you hear someone Jamaican come, they're going to say, wait, you sure not the Olympics? You sure they're not mistake them, eh?
Because they're fast
so it's based on the history. So like how I feel like how now I'm here, hopefully the younger girls coming up when them say, you know, say Jamaica I come from them, they say, oh, you know, somebody know on Jamaican way. You know? So I think it's just based on history. So yeah.
Then you understand the greatness where I produce them because you're the pioneer for Jamaican women's football.
Listen. Like me say at one point, the people them are set if they're sure at the right sport, if they not mix up things, you know, hear me I say, I say, what is?
I never knew they viewed Jamaica like that though.
Woman, where? You know, you me say when we arrived, the man said, but wait. God, I have to laugh.
But you proved them wrong, man.
And I'm just like, at that point, and remember that I'm a professional career.
Right.
At that point, I'm just like, a style thing. A big style thing. You know, I diss them back in my local way, but then I understand. So we'll move on.
Yeah. It's a little part or a little better than
Yeah. Make up my face and go on a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go to some questions to the viewers them have.
Nobody laugh.
From Sidian, which male centre forward, past or present, do you look to replicate at the most?
Lewandowski.
Oh, you're a big fan of Lewandowski. You know, so I'm not too sure about Lewandowski still. Everybody always hype up Lewandowski.
It's not about hype up.
It's just for me. It's the league. If he was in Spain or even in England, I'd have more respect for him.
So it's not a matter. For me, I just like the way he plays.
Okay.
If that answers the question.
Yeah.
Because you know when me I say, oh, Lionel Messi and but as you grow and you realize, you know, say me I play forward, so therefore there have to be a player where you try to look and say, you know, say. You know, and he stood out to me. It was before it was Zlatan, and I'm lucky enough for me. I got a signed jersey, so.
Oh, you did? Lucky, yeah.
I did. So.
I'm a Milan fan, so I'd love to get that opportunity as well. I'm not sure why that question not coming up. Someone, I think I wanted to put that question on because they were asking who did you look up to when you were, growing up and watching football. But you said Zlatan.
Growing up, it was Ronaldinho. It was Zlatan.
You know.
Ronaldinho.
Oh, okay.
That was it because remember, I used to always play around boys and watch football around boys, and when World Cup are going and Brazil, majority of Jamaica are Brazil. So it was just like that. So being on the boys and hearing them talk about football and stuff like that, and then we see the tricks and the how entertaining it was. I said, Ronaldinho, my baller. But then retired, and as you grow, you have to try to mimic somebody will play position. So yeah.
Completely understand. I mean, he was the reason why I started watching football. Never blessed with the talent though. But
friend that city.
yeah, like Corey, I don't know if you want to name any names, but you know them come beat their
Favorite
train.
player, friend that city. That's a tough one. I like that picture with you and Sterling. Oh.
So no particular player that jumps out.
So everybody have them own little thing about them. What's your favorite player, friend? We get along with everybody. I just be that.
Let me get an easier one. Who's the most technical player at City?
Technical.
That one I probably put in a problems as well too.
There's a lot of technical. So, all right. So how you see City now? There's a lot of technical players at City. You have Kaz. You have a lot of technical players at City. You have Bruyne. You have a lot of technical players at City, to be honest. You have to ask me some question where we can say, all right, boom. Ruby Mace is fantastic. That's one of my good pals. We get along well. How fast? It's very fast because I remember I go to a lot of, when I have the time, I go to quite a few of the men games. But yeah, it's very entertaining. How does it feel to know when you're... How does it feel?
So a word of encouragement to the young women in Jamaica that want to be like you.
Find your purpose and your reason. Whether that mean, boy, my parents now everything on. I me them I look to. When things get tough, just keep that in your back of your mind. Say, boy, see the COVID hitting on mommy and daddy now gonna work. So so every time you have a down moment or you feel like you can't go no further, you have to find that goal there that what drive you are. For me it was helping out my family. When difficult times come, they have friends and the food are sick me and all of them something that me I say, here one now, me don't there, what me I go do? Me just cook no one food and carry it on the bus. So you have to find ways to get around it, and you have to find your purpose and find your drive and set up goals. Because for me, for example, when I was growing up, I realized that I wanted to go pro. I never say, oh, me I got a World Cup. Me say, here one now, all right, me gonna make the U20 team. I want to make the U20 team now. Me say, all right, I make the senior team, but me know so me have to score some goals. So score some goals now, coach see me. So you can't just set big goals and say, oh, that me I go for. You have to set small goals leading up towards the bigger goals. Because a lot of people just say, more and got one World Cup or more and got one Olympics. You have to have minor goals set before you reach the bigger goals. So yeah.
I think that's a beautiful way to actually encourage them. Sometimes
France don't miss me, Buchanan. France do not miss me. France don't miss me at all. I would never say that.
I have one question here, but I'm going to put it up after this. But which English team did you grow up supporting?
Oh my God. So that was a tricky one as well. Because like I said, there was United. That's a tricky one as well, because for me it wasn't about, because remember, football was just about enjoyment. It wasn't about, oh, me like that. Like, so when me run the boy them now, me hear the boy them I talk about Rooney over there, so me over there, so I hear the boy them I talk about that, and I'm just like, all right, me over here, so me over there, so me over here, so me over there. So it wasn't until probably 15 when me say, all right, say, Everybody talk about this Premier League, and you know, so the league look exciting and stuff like that, you know. And you know how far with me and where I want to go, knowing that we did want to come at the English league, I know some have to go try support one team, but it wasn't enough me supporting a team. It was just players, and players play different in different teams. But for me, it was more Barcelona, like I said, with Ronaldinho, so it wasn't a big thing.
This question is from me as well. I want a jersey, but I want a signed Bunny jersey as well. Where can we get your jersey?
Jersey, them on the website. The amount of people. My suitcase, I don't have no space for my personal things.
Put in one more for me, man. Put in one more.
Listen, me now have no personal clothes or nothing to the amount of people asking for jersey. Kevin, what? How good is Kevin De Bruyne watching him? One of my favorite players. When you coming for cake. Soon come, cuz. Tomorrow, matter of fact. Me see you tomorrow. Just make sure you have the cake ready.
How do you adjust to the pace of the English football? I think you kind of did answer that a little bit before. So we can find one more. All of these are asking you to name out the teammates. We don't want to put you up on the spot again.
A problem that to them. Name out my teammates as in what?
So a lot of
question them. Because a lot of people always have a billion questions to ask me.
Worst dress sense at City, like that funniest person at City?
So I City alone, you can't ask me some other question and just come to me. This man set me up, man. Now put me in a problem. How to adjust it.
But like, what if, in terms of fashion though, you don't have a problem with
let me answer this first.
I know you probably.
How you adjust to the pace of English football? Well,
right.
Before, so that's fine. Yeah, I'm a very simple person. I'm not try OD, I'm not try show out or show off, you know? It's just what I think and what I like, and if I like that, I'll just wear it.
I think I'm going to end it with this one.
Yes, when I have a chance to ask me the question, then make sure I'm not coming on the DM to ask me.
A lot of persons want to know. You talk about Barcelona a lot. You know, do you see yourself playing for a team like that in the future, winning the Champions League? So I'm sure you can do that with City right now.
I was just about to say that. It's like, I think personally, whatever I can achieve at Barcelona, I can achieve here at City. We have a very talented group of girls, like I said. The only problem was the beginning of the season with injuries and stuff like that. Of course, you know, it will take a toll because if you have a big squad to help you in certain situations, you know, you might not get the result them you want or stuff like that. So, yeah, but in terms of that, I think whatever I can achieve at Barcelona, I can definitely achieve it here at City.
I tell you what, it's been great talking to you, Bunny. I learned a lot, especially about you and your mentality, and I see that you actually, you know, you're very humble, but you actually are paving the way, not just for women's football, but for football in general. So just keep it up, stay fit, stay great, and thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us.
Yeah, man, that's fine. Like I said, for me, you know, I'm not really an out there person. Like we have a thing at a City where we have an intro group. That's just who I am, and you know, I try to, you know, carry myself with a lot of humility and stuff like that because, like I said, I've been at a place where I didn't have anything, and you know the fact that the day you know I may achieve so much, and you know in such a short space of time, like you said, it's something that we look back and you know gratitude, and we try to inspire and help others, like you say, and yeah, hopefully, you know, younger ones are looking and being inspired by it. So yeah.
They are. I'm sure. I wish there was a way that we could access the women's game in England more on cable.
There is.
Oh.
So there's an app called the FA Player where give all of the women game them in England free.
Free. Okay.
The FA Player.
FA what?
The FA Player. Free. One app where you watch if you support United, they watch all of them game. You support Chelsea, you watch all of any, but it's just for females, which is I think that's very good. Yeah, because
most of the times I get the highlights.
Yeah, so if you have the app, it's a no-brainer. The FA Player. Yeah. But yeah, if I was in France, it would have been more difficult.
Right. But yeah, you know, we're in tune to what you're doing, and the whole Jamaica is watching. I'm sure those who are invested in football is keeping an eye. So no pressure, but continue doing what you're doing. Appreciate it again. Hopefully we can talk again soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.